Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thank you so much for stopping by to spend some time with us on Walker Farm today. And let me tell you, if you are currently cold, you better put a coat on, because what I'm about to show you is going to make you more cold. So we have had 3 days of basically sleet and ice falling from the sky. Not a lot of snow. Luckily it's hardened up quite a bit, so I'm able to wear my hiking shoes out here. But today, Cassie and I will sit down to talk to you about a hot topic that's been going around, and we want to tell you why we refuse to use Tractor Supply's chicken feed. We don't use it. We haven't used it in a couple years at least, and we're going to tell you why. Probably not a big surprise to you, because if you know us, then you know us. But we're going to catch up with you in a little bit and talk about that. Right now, Shelby, be nice to JoJo. Please quit pestering him. But right now, let me show you. Hey, Sue. How's Sue? Oh, wait. Is that Sue? That is not Sue. That is Fat Cat. I didn't even know you were out here, Fat Cat. Okay, come up here. I wanted to catch up with you on what we are having for supper tonight. I usually do roast and potatoes when I do roast, but I found a rump roast. It was kind of on the smaller side, and I decided we're going to try something different today. So I cooked it at like 275, and then I wrapped it in foil, and I put butter in there. And so now we're going to cook it slow, and we're going to cook it slow for probably 4 hours on about 225, and we are going to find out how it comes out. Let's see. Oh, it looks like they're getting along. So the first thing I'll catch you up on is Fat Cat here. Mr. Jingles looks like he's doing good, and of course we got Sue over here. She is not looking amused. Hi, Sue. Are you not amused with Mr. Jingles? Okay. All right, so I want to make sure they both have plenty of food here. Always something with the cats. So honestly, I did not know Mr. Jingles was even out here, so I went ahead and set him up with his very own. Hey, be nice. He's looking at Sue and making mean noises. Hey, you be nice to Sue. She's going to be your friend, okay? But I set him up with his own place to eat. Sue has her own place. Sue. Okay. So hopefully this all works out. I think making sure that they each have their own space will help with that. And really, now he's out of the shop and he's still staying around. So I think that part was a success. So I'm gonna put some wood on the fire. Let's see what it has here. Oh yeah. And let's go feed some animals. So I'm going to do a quick update for everyone out here at the goat pen. We have moved. So if you caught our last video, you know we moved our kids, which were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are their numbers. And look at that. She is hanging out by her mom. Even though they've been apart for months, she's still hanging out. So we moved those goats up here, and everybody's doing good. They're all getting along. We also let our little goats, you may have seen them in this pen right here, we let them all out so they can mingle with the bigger goats, and they can get in the barn in the bad weather. There was really no reason to keep them separated now that we have got rid of JFK. JFK was the main reason we were keeping them, the females away, his daughters, and these smaller goats. So now that's taken care of, they're all good to be together. All right, Zena, we're checking on you. You're doing good, girl. So I also wanted to update everybody on Lulu. So I have Lulu over here on her pen. I make this little makeshift pen because she has some medicine in her feed. She still has a little bit of bute in there that she's taking every day. And I can tell you, between either the bute or the Epsom salt, we may have got her foot taken care of. She's doing much better. Still a tiny bit tender, but nothing like she was. Hey, Alvin. You got a little ice in your ear, man? Shelby, Shall we? No. You leave Susu alone. That's my good girl. Yeah, that's Susu. So Susu. So while I'm waiting for the pony to finish her food up, I'm over here talking to Xena, loving on her. She's such a good dog. And checking the goats out. They still have plenty of food, and they are out there chasing the food that I put out for the birds. Imagine that. And I am here to say that our fly trap is working really well today. I don't see any flies at all. So, I mean, you know what that means, 0 flies. That fly trap must be doing its job. Oh, I really don't worry about the alpacas in the snow at all because they have got the best coat on the farm. I think they stay pretty warm. So if there's one thing that'll get a crazy chicken lady out on a cold day, it's what, Cassie?
Her crazy children?
Her crazy chickens.
Oh.
Her crazy chickens. I don't think we showed them these death layers. Is that what they're called?
Yep. Silver death layers.
Silver. All right, there's the pretty girl right there. Is that a rooster or a hen?
I think it's a hen because I don't have a comb. But I'd have to look at the other ones. It's got a little bit of a comb.
I've noticed that
I haven't looked super close since the cat's been in here because I try to hurry. You
think he would eat one?
I don't know now that they're big.
They
are pretty.
It would not only be 1 bite, it would be like 3 bites now. Yeah, they're beautiful. It's hard to tell, but once we get them out in that pen, you'll really be able to tell.
Yeah.
All right, I've got Cassie recruited here on my ice adventures. Okay, we're gonna lift up.
That heater works, kinda.
No, it works. It just, you gotta get this. Ready? Oh, you got that one. I was gonna try to get all at once.
I was trying.
Ready? Got it. Awesome.
I mean, like, it works back there, but not up where they're drinking.
Well, so it worked in this, like, when it got really cold last night, probably in the, like, teens, it froze up. But in, like, right now when it's 29, it's doing pretty good. Whew, you're brave getting your fingers wet.
Trust my gloves. Not.
So the benefits of doing chores together is I get somebody to open my gates, and Cassie gets to stay in the truck whenever I feed, right? The cows.
And what are you gonna do, make me video?
Can you video? She even has to work.
This thing clean?
What's clean? I think it's frost every now and then.
I gotta roll down the window for y'all.
Back.
They're like, hurry up, open that door. How you pretty good doing?
Woo. Did he get her? It looked like he got
that or she got after Shelby. We'll have to replay the footage.
I think he got her to the bunk. Missy, May.
I was gonna go over and feed Missy and May. They'll work their way over there, but right now they're eating just fine. But they'll go over there. Honey, honey, yours is coming. Honey's gonna try to squeeze through there. There she goes.
So we made it out to the chicken pen, and this is where all the controversy lies, Cassie. People get upset when they don't get eggs.
Oh yeah?
No matter what. Whether it's because it's winter time and it's because chickens need a break or they're molting, whatever the reason, people get upset. But this year they get especially upset because eggs have skyrocketed. So it's even more of a reason for people to get out of whack about their chickens not laying eggs. And I understand it. We love eggs just as much as the next person, but we also understand the way God made chickens, and there's a certain time of the year, unless you give them artificial light and unless you give them extra attention, they're just not gonna lay eggs. So I think some of that contributed to the problem we're gonna talk about, but that's just my opinion. So the remaining goats out in this pen include the 3 billy goats gruff, also known as the Weathers, and we still have, I learned her name is Bella, but we call her Oreo. So she's out here as well, our little fainting goat. They're gonna go all the way around. They saw me catch those other goats, so they're very leery now. Hey, I found your chickens.
In the goat shelter?
Yep, they're all huddled up. Hey girls. Is it warm in there? Oh, it is warm in here. Oh, it's like 10 degrees warmer. All right, let me go get your feed since that's where you want to be. One of the not so fun tasks of wintertime homesteading here. Here. Let me try.
I almost got it now.
Oh, Cassie loosened it up for me.
I've done that like 6 times and we're almost there. This is why we use rubber water totes as much as we can, because you can beat them up and they don't crack.
Exactly, and we do buy these at Tractor Supply because they often have the best prices on them.
Get it in your shoe?
Nope, got it right on the edge. Luckily it's not in there.
What do you think? Any eggs? I think we got 5 or 6 yesterday in all this mess. Hey, there's some in here if you want to bring them feed. No eggs yet. You see any? Which, like I said, we did get several yesterday. You got some? 2?
My favorite color right there.
Awesome.
I'll go inside and see if there's any more. But you can see all your chickens over there.
There are not any eggs in there with them. So, we figured out we have our trailers turned the wrong way. If you notice, our run chicken doors down. We usually have them facing the other way and it's no problem, but in this cold north wind and sleet,
yes,
they've frozen up. So that's our problem, our fault.
That is my fault. So we're supposed to thaw out in a couple days. Before we get the next round, I'm gonna come back here and hook on with a 4-wheeler, circle the trailer around, back it up towards the south, and that should fix the problem because on the other side of the trailer, there's no ice.
Yeah, and no matter if you have new batteries, son, or not, if they're frozen shut, they're frozen shut.
Well, and one good thing about the run chicken doors and being frozen shut like that is they don't burn up the motor. If it senses any kind of block, then it automatically goes the other direction. Like if a chicken got in it, that's what it would do. It goes the other direction or stops. Yeah. So that's the good thing about it.
Girls, you like it over here, don't you? And handsome boy. So you guys know that Fancy Pants is no longer here. I gave him to one of my students that was needing a rooster, but I got a rooster up at the house that will be coming back here as soon as it's not so cold and I can adjust him. My gloves stick to that. Just put my gloves on there.
It is a lot warmer in there. Stick your head in there.
Oh man,
isn't that a big difference?
It feels good in here.
Yeah, you get out of that wind.
Smells like a goat, but
you get out of the wind and you get into this metal sun. Must be catching some heat because it feels 100 times better in here.
So people a lot of times say, well, why don't you give heat to your chickens? Well, God gave them feathers. They don't need heat lamps and all that. They just need to adjust. Their body slowly adjusts to the winter, then it slowly adjusts to the summer. When they go into shock is when they can die. This girl right here holding her foot up, she does that for attention. One day her foot's hurt and one day it's not.
Well, she's done that now for probably 2 years,
Yep.
off and on. But she makes it just fine. She gets in and out of the house.
Looks like I got
Braille.
2 A.M. Samani hens left. I couldn't remember how many I'd sold and given away and stuff like that, but I got 2 A.M. Samanis left out of, but didn't I get like 10?
Yes.
8?
I think we had 8. We gave some to Vincent, I believe, and some more we gave away. So
I sold some at an auction.
yeah, they're hanging in there. Beautiful flock, Cassie. How many chickens were in the other pen?
3.
You're probably gonna get chicken poo on your bottom.
I looked first. This is right there.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then I got 2 more hens at the house. See, that ain't enough chickens.
That's a whole lot of chickens. Especially
And
the cost of feed these days.
if you look at all their different combs, just because they have a big comb doesn't mean they're a rooster. Look at that one that's part A.M. Samani that's got a huge comb. It's black, it's dark red because her mom was an A.M. Samani right there. You see her? Or no, her dad was an A.M. Samani. Her mom is that Easter egger, I think.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big old comb.
Cream leg bar.
Looks like a rooster.
So her mom's a cream leg bar and her dad was the A.M. Samani rooster that I had that the coyotes took. So it's got a big old dark comb. That's crazy, isn't it? But it's not a rooster. It's
So now
warm in here.
I feel like now that you sit down, you're gonna have a hard time getting up.
I am. It's warm.
You ready to go feed some cows?
I'm just out here with my chickens.
Okay, we're just gonna leave Cassie. You just stay there as long as you want. I'm gonna go sit in the warm truck, okay?
Rollin', rollin', rollin'. Keep those doggies rollin'. Rawhide. Head them up, move them out. Move them out. Head them up. Head them out, move them up. Rawhide. Is that still a show?
I don't think so. At least I don't know.
Someone tell me, can you watch that anywhere? If so, we need to show it to our kids. Hi, Mama. Gary, why don't you get better feed bunkers?
What do you mean?
That's what people say all the time. I don't know.
Because
They're just going to destroy them.
I'll have to.
Well, I get new ones when these still work because they're just going to destroy them.
$180 for a piece of plastic and a little bit of metal.
Well, that's what I said. Why get new ones when these still work and they're just going to destroy them?
Well,
These were new one time.
I can buy concrete ones for the same price, but to turn those over, it's a little bit harder.
And you move these a lot. People also say, then make a hole in them at the bottom so it'll drain. Well, they do have holes. They don't drain well. They need a lot of holes and then the food would fall through.
Blackberry! Blackberry! Go eat. Go eat.
She's always worried about Blackberry.
So I take Blackberry to the back side of the truck to let her eat. Look at that. I got a stick frozen to her. You alright, girl? It is. So I've had a couple comments on Facebook and YouTube about Blackberry being skinny and seeing her bone on the back. She is half Holstein. So Holstein does not have a fat back that's completely flat. They have a little bit of bone, and that is the reasoning behind that. So all the cows out here, calves are all doing good, getting plenty of hay. I'm about ready to go put out 2 more bales Hey, X. Just keep eating, girl. I ain't gonna bother you. Go ahead and eat. What's up, little guy? A couple more weeks, I'll be taking you guys to the veterinarian. All right. So there's a good picture. They're all eating and doing good. So we finished up chores, kinda. I still have to go put out 2 bales of hay to the Angus cattle.
I'll let you do it this time.
You're gonna let me do it all by myself?
Yeah, I think I'll go drink some coffee.
Are you sure you don't want to drive the tractor?
I'm all right.
The John Deere is calling your name.
I'm good.
Come on. All right, so I'm gonna go do the chores all by my lonesome. I mean, the hay all by my lonesome. I'm lucky I got Cassie to come out and join me for the chores, which she has done yesterday and the day before because she's been home.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy being home, or would you rather be at school?
Oh, I enjoy being home. I'd love for the kids to be at school.
The truth comes out. So we want to tell you the truth about Tractor Supply feed and the reason we don't use it. Do you know the real reason we don't use it, Cassie?
Because it's expensive?
Exactly. So we don't use Tractor Supply feed because of any rumors on the internet or anything.
We don't not use it because of any rumors on the
internet.
Yeah,
we don't use it or not use it because of anything on the internet. We don't use Tractor Supply feed because we can get the feed cheaper somewhere else. And I have my own pet peeve. Did you know that they sell Producer's Pride feed in 40-pound bags?
Yes.
I do not.
You've told me.
I do not like buying feed in 40-pound bags. I like buying feed in 50-pound bags because it seems like a waste to me.
But are you paying for 40 or are you paying for 50?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of times you get the smaller.
People don't realize, oh, this is a 50-pound bag.
Yeah.
They don't realize it's a 40.
I think it was one of those things they did to trick the consumers initially. They make the bags smaller and they keep the price close to the same. But I did a little bit of comparison.
Oh, of course you did.
And I was actually surprised.
The numbers guy.
Because we pay the same amount per pound for our feed that we buy as it is at Tractor Supply. Except there's a difference. You can buy 20% or 16 or 15% feed at our store, and we always buy the 20%, the higher protein, and protein is what helps the chickens lay eggs and make sure they have plenty of protein in their diet. Well, at Tractor Supply, their protein is 16%, 16%. Ours is 20%. So we're getting a higher protein feed for basically the same price. Uh-oh, who did you see?
Ransom's being goofy.
So if you guys didn't know, Ransom just came out and he brought his sled.
He's been out for a while because he doesn't think it's cold.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's the only kid that will. Ranger comes out, but then he goes back in after about 10 minutes. Ransom, I have to make him go in this weather.
So he did just finish his homework up a while ago, though, because he has to do virtual school and school at home. So
sorry.
That's fine. So that is the reason, though, that we get feed elsewhere instead of Tractor Supply. All right, we're going to watch Ransom. Good job, buddy. Don't get hurt. Oh, man. Well, that's life here at Walker Farm right now.
So, you want to know a little secret?
What's the secret?
My student that I gave Fancy Pants to, her hens have not slowed down in egg production during the winter. You want to know 2 things?
You have a hair right there, so let me get it. Okay, go ahead.
1, they have a light. So that makes them not realize it's winter time, really, because the days aren't short. 2, guess where they've fed food from this whole time?
Tractor Supply.
Yep.
And
they get the same amount of eggs they've been getting.
Mythbusters, there you go. So some people are getting the same amount of eggs.
They need light.
That they've had this whole time. And some people like us just kind of let it go because honestly, when we only get 2 or 3 eggs a day, that's about what we use.
Yeah, and we let them take a break in the wintertime, and we know why we're not getting very many eggs, because it's winter.
But there are ways you can try to get more. There are probably some boosters out there if you really wanted to do your research that you could get more. But luckily, a family of 5, we get 2 or 3 eggs a day. that gives us what we need. And then we give away eggs the rest of the year.
Well, I was going to say, it slows down my ability to give away eggs at school and to my family and things like that, but it still keeps us in stock. So,
yeah. So we're good. As far as prayer requests here on Catching Up with the Walkers, we always try to take some time to remember those in need. And there are lots of needs. If you've seen some of the flooding going on down around the Houston area, we know, and a lot of you guys have told us that Longhorn Lester, or Lester's farm down there, has been getting floods. So keep all of those folks in mind down there. And of course, all the bad weather going across the country as well.
Yeah. And as always, continue praying for Josh over at Bodar Kikos in his battle. And then I know you guys have sent us lots of messages, things going on spiritually, physically, and know that we are praying for those each day.
Yep. So we want to thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to join us on this cold January day in Oklahoma. We hope you have a great day, and God bless.
Love you guys.